All around us, in every corner of our planet, a silent and unending drama is playing out. From the highest snow-capped peaks to the deepest ocean trenches, from the lushest jungles to the most barren deserts, life is engaged in a relentless contest for survival. It is a world of breathtaking beauty, but also one of intense and constant struggle. Every landscape, no matter how serene it may appear, is a stage for countless stories of endurance, adaptation, and conflict. For the countless creatures that share our Earth, life is not a gentle stroll, but a daily battle for survival. Each day, animals must make critical decisions: when to move, where to hide, how to hunt, and whom to trust. Every sunrise brings with it a new set of challenges, a new series of tests that must be overcome. The fight for food, the search for water, the need to find shelter before night falls, these are the daily realities for animals across the globe. The defense against predators is a constant concern. Every movement, every sound can mean the difference between life and death. And the competition for a mate are the fundamental forces that shape the lives of every animal, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal. The drive to reproduce ensures the continuation of each species, but it also brings fierce rivalry and elaborate displays. This is nature's great theatre, where the stakes are always at their highest. Every encounter, every decision is a matter of survival and legacy. This is not a world of cruelty, but one of necessity. The harshness of nature is not born from malice, but from the simple, unyielding need to survive and thrive. The laws that govern this realm are simple and absolute: eat or be eaten, adapt or perish. These rules are enforced every moment, shaping the destinies of all who live here. Every creature is equipped with a unique set of tools and strategies, honed over millions of years of evolution, to help it navigate this perilous existence. Some wield sharp claws and teeth, others rely on stealth, speed, or the art of deception. Some rely on brute strength, others on incredible speed. The cheetah's explosive sprint, the bear's raw power, the eagle's aerial precision, each is a masterpiece of adaptation. Many depend on cunning intelligence, using tools, solving problems, and outwitting both prey and predator, while others find safety in numbers, working together in intricate social groups. Herds, flocks and packs offer protection, cooperation and shared knowledge, increasing the odds of survival for all. The story of life on Earth is the story of these struggles, a magnificent and often brutal tapestry woven from countless individual battles for another day. Each animal, from the newborn to the old and wise, plays a part in this ongoing saga. In the frozen expanse of the Arctic, life is stripped down to its bare essentials. Here the environment is as much an adversary as any predator. Here a red fox must contend with temperatures that plummet to -40 degrees Celsius. Every step is a test of endurance, every hunt a gamble against the odds. Under a thick blanket of snow, a hidden world of voles scurries about, oblivious to the hunter above. These tiny mammals have carved out a secret existence, insulated from the worst of the cold, but always at risk from predators. The fox cannot see its prey, but it possesses an extraordinary sense of hearing. It can detect the faintest squeak or rustle, even through a thick layer of snow. It stands perfectly still, its head cocked, listening intently for the faintest rustle beneath the surface. Every muscle is poised, every sense attuned to the possibility of a meal. It pinpoints the exact location, leaps high into the air, and plunges headfirst into the snow. This remarkable hunting technique is a blend of instinct, precision, and sheer athleticism. This is a game of precision, where a single successful hunt can mean the difference between life and death in a world that offers very little margin for error. For the fox, every calorie counts, every opportunity seized or lost can determine its fate. Meanwhile, in the same unforgiving landscape, colossal bison face a different challenge. Their size and strength are their greatest assets, but also their greatest burdens in the deep snow. Their food, the withered grass of summer, is buried deep beneath the snow. To reach it, they must dig tirelessly, using their massive bodies to break through the frozen surface. They cannot rely on stealth or precision. Instead, their survival depends on patience, endurance, and the ability to withstand the harshest elements. Instead, they must use immense power. Their necks and shoulders are built for this task, evolved over millennia to move mountains of snow in search of nourishment. With massive neck muscles, they become living snowplows, swinging their great heads from side to side, shifting tons of snow each day just to reveal a few mouthfuls of sustenance. This daily ritual is a testament to their strength and determination. Here, two very different animals share the same frigid world, each employing its own unique strategy to solve the fundamental problem of survival. The fox, agile and cunning, the bison, powerful and enduring, both are shaped by the same relentless forces. Their stories remind us that in nature's grand design, there is more than one way to overcome adversity. Every creature, every adaptation, every struggle is a thread in the vast, intricate tapestry of life, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the natural world. On the sun-drenched shores of Brazil, as the golden light of morning stretches across the coastline, the turning of the tide signals the start of a desperate race, one that will determine life or death for thousands of tiny creatures. From the safety of their rocky crevices, thousands of Sally Lightfoot crabs begin to stir. Their brilliant red shells glint in the sunlight as they cautiously emerge, each one driven by the same urgent need to feed before the ocean returns. Their prize lies just 100 meters away, a lush feast of seaweed clinging to the rocks now exposed by the receding water. The crabs sense the opportunity, their antennae twitching as they prepare for the perilous journey ahead. But this short journey is a deadly gauntlet. The rocks are slick and treacherous, and every step forward is fraught with danger. The crabs must navigate sharp outcrops, sudden drops, and the ever-present threat of predators lurking in the shadows. Hidden in the pools between the rocks, predators lie in wait. The crabs' every movement is watched by unseen eyes, their every misstep a potential invitation to disaster. The chain moray eel, a master of ambush, glides silently through the shallow water. Its powerful jaws are perfectly designed to crush the hard shells of the crabs, and its patience is legendary. It can wait motionless for hours, ready to strike in an instant. Sharing these hunting grounds is the octopus, a creature of remarkable intelligence and adaptability. Camouflaged against the rocks, it blends seamlessly with its surroundings, its tentacles poised to snatch any crab that ventures too close. The octopus can change colour and texture in a heartbeat, making it nearly invisible to its prey. The crabs must rely on speed and agility, leaping from rock to rock in a frantic dash for their feeding grounds. Their legs move in a blur, and their eyes scan constantly for danger. Each leap is calculated, each landing a test of balance and nerve. For 2 precious hours the crabs graze on the seaweed pastures, tearing off mouthfuls with their claws. Their vibrant colours stand out against the dark, wet rocks, a dazzling display that belies the constant threat they face. Every bite is a victory, every moment spent feeding a gamble against the clock. They must eat quickly, for the tide waits for no one. The ocean is relentless, and as the minutes tick by, the water begins to creep back in, inching ever closer to the feeding crabs. As the first waves lap at the rocks, a ripple of alarm spreads through the crab community. Instinct takes over, and the crabs begin to retreat, scurrying back toward the safety of their crevices. The urgency is palpable. Every second counts. The return journey is just as perilous as the first. The rocks are now even more slippery, and the predators are still waiting, hungry and alert. The crabs must summon every ounce of speed and courage to make it home. The chain moray eel and the octopus remain poised to strike, their patience undiminished. For them, the rising tide brings a final chance to snatch a meal before the crabs disappear once more. Every leap is a gamble, every moment of hesitation a potential death sentence. The crabs must trust their instincts, making split-second decisions that mean the difference between survival and becoming prey. This daily race, a life-or-death sprint for a meal, is a stark illustration of the razor's edge upon which so many creatures live their lives. The drama plays out in miniature, but the stakes could not be higher. It is a spectacle of speed, timing and sheer nerve. The crab's survival depends on their ability to outpace both the rising tide and the predators that stalk them. Far from the wild shores of Brazil, in the city of Albi in southern France, another kind of race unfolds. Here the drama is set against the backdrop of an urban riverbank, where the players are both familiar and unexpected. City pigeons, ever adaptable, have thrived alongside humans. Their lack of fear and quick wits have allowed them to flourish in the bustling city, turning parks and riverbanks into their own domain. Each day they gather at the edge of the River Tarn to bathe and drink, their feathers ruffled in the gentle breeze. It is a peaceful ritual, a moment of calm in the heart of the city. But beneath the tranquil surface, a new and formidable danger has emerged. The pigeons are unaware that their daily routine is about to be shattered. Vell's catfish, introduced to these waters decades ago, have grown to enormous sizes, some reaching over 2 meters in length. These giants now rule the river, their presence felt by every creature that comes near the water's edge. Having depleted the local fish stocks, the catfish have been forced to adapt. In a remarkable display of ingenuity, they have developed a terrifying new hunting technique, turning their attention to the unsuspecting birds that gather on the banks. Using the sensitive barbels around their mouths, the catfish detect the slightest vibrations of the bathing pigeons. With astonishing speed and precision, they launch themselves from the water, propelling their massive bodies onto the riverbank in a sudden, explosive attack. In a matter of seconds, the catfish grabs an unsuspecting pigeon in its jaws, dragging it back into the depths. The attack is swift and brutal, leaving the other birds startled and confused. This is an incredible example of adaptation, a predator learning to exploit a new food source in a rapidly changing environment. The catfish's ingenuity is a testament to the relentless drive for survival that shapes all life. For the pigeons, their urban sanctuary has suddenly become a hunting ground. What was once a safe haven is now fraught with danger, and their daily visit to the river has transformed into a deadly game of chance. Their survival now depends on a new level of awareness and agility. Each pigeon must be vigilant, ready to take flight at the slightest hint of danger. In this ever-evolving contest between predator and prey, only the most alert and adaptable will endure. In the relentless, searing heat of the Nevada desert, where the sun blazes overhead and the land stretches out in a shimmering haze, life is a daily struggle for survival. Here, every drop of water is precious. The earth is cracked and dry, and waterholes, once lifelines for countless creatures, are vanishing, leaving behind only dust and longing. Wild mustangs, icons of the American West, are drawn from miles around to one of the last remaining oases. Their hooves kick up clouds of dust as they approach, nostrils flaring, eyes wide with anticipation and anxiety. But this oasis is not a place of peace. Access to the life-giving water is fiercely contested, and only the strongest may drink freely. A striking white stallion stands guard, his body tense and alert. He is the undisputed ruler of this waterhole, and he defends it with unwavering determination. By controlling this precious resource, he ensures the survival of his herd, especially the mares who depend on him for protection and access to water. In return, he secures his right to mate, passing on his genes to the next generation. His dominance is not accidental. It is the result of countless battles, rearing, biting and kicking, each one a test of strength, stamina and willpower. The scars on his flanks are badges of honor, proof of his victories. In this harsh environment, leadership is never given. It must be seized and defended day after day against any challenger bold enough to try. On the horizon, a new threat appears. Another stallion, his coat dark with sweat and dust, leads his weary herd across the arid expanse. They have travelled 15 kilometres from a waterhole that has long since dried up, driven by desperation and hope. The newcomer knows that his herd's survival depends on this waterhole. He approaches with purpose, muscles taut, eyes locked on the white stallion. The air crackles with tension. The two stallions face each other, nostrils flaring, ears pinned back. The herd watches in silence, knowing that the outcome will decide their fate. Suddenly the standoff explodes into violence. The stallions rear up, hooves slashing at the air, teeth bared in primal fury. They bite and kick, each blow echoing across the barren landscape. Dust swirls around them as they battle for supremacy, neither willing to yield. The fight is brutal and relentless. The herd stands back, watching as the two titans clash, not just for water, but for the right to lead, to mate, to leave a legacy in the unforgiving desert. At last, after a fierce and exhausting struggle, the newcomer prevails. The white stallion, battered and defeated, retreats into the shimmering heat, his reign ended. The victorious stallion claims the waterhole, his rivals' mares, and the mantle of leadership. His herd drinks deeply, their survival assured, at least for now. But in the desert, dominance is always temporary, and new challenges are never far away. Far from the arid deserts, in the lush, tangled forests of Africa, a different but equally dramatic struggle for dominance unfolds among our closest relatives, the chimpanzees. Here the world is green and alive, filled with the calls of birds and the rustle of leaves. Chimpanzee troops move through the undergrowth, governed by a complex social hierarchy that shapes every aspect of their lives. At the top are the alpha males, a powerful coalition that controls access to the best food, the safest sleeping spots, and the attention of the females. Their authority is maintained through alliances, displays of strength, and sometimes sheer intimidation. On the fringes, a young male watches. He's ambitious, clever, and restless, his eyes fixed on the leaders. He dreams of joining their ranks, of enjoying the privileges that come with high status. But in the world of chimpanzees, status is not simply inherited. It must be earned, often through years of patience, cunning, and calculated risk. Eager to prove himself, the young male attempts a bold display. He drums loudly on the buttress roots of a towering tree, his calls echoing through the forest. He hopes to impress the alphas, to show that he is strong and worthy. But his display is premature. The dominant males are not impressed. Instead, they are angered by his audacity. In the world of chimpanzees, timing and alliances are everything. In an instant, the alphas turn on him. They charge, teeth bared, delivering a swift and brutal lesson in the realities of chimpanzee politics. The young male is chased down and attacked. He escapes with an injured hand and a bruised ego, his dreams of dominance dashed, for now. Alone and licking his wounds, he reflects on the lesson he has learned. He is not yet strong enough nor wise enough to challenge the established order. He must wait, bide his time, and build his strength. Perhaps in the future he will form alliances of his own, learning from the mistakes of his youth. For now, he retreats to the shadows at the edge of the group, a solitary figure. A reminder that the path to power, whether in the desert or the forest, is long, perilous, and often paved with pain and failure. But for those who persevere, the rewards can be great, and the cycle of dominance continues, shaping the destinies of all who dare to compete. In the vibrant, bustling coral reefs of Southeast Asia, where every crevice teems with life and danger lurks behind every shadow, a master of disguise and deception silently stalks its prey. The reef is a living tapestry, a place where survival demands not just strength, but ingenuity. The cuttlefish, a remarkable relative of the octopus, is a hunter that relies on intelligence rather than overwhelming force. Its large, expressive eyes scan the reef, calculating every movement, every ripple in the water as it searches for its next meal. It soon spots a crab, a formidable opponent with powerful claws capable of inflicting serious injury. The crab stands its ground, claws raised in a defensive posture, ready to fight for its life. A direct assault would be risky even for a skilled predator like the cuttlefish. The crab's armour and pincers are not to be underestimated. Instead, the cuttlefish employs a mesmerizing tactic, one that showcases its extraordinary intelligence and adaptability. Its skin is a living canvas, capable of producing a dazzling array of rippling colours and patterns. Specialized pigment cells called chromatophores, along with iridophores and leucophores, allow the cuttlefish to shift its appearance in an instant, creating a spectacle of light and colour that is as beautiful as it is strategic. The cuttlefish unleashes a hypnotic light show, a shifting, strobing display that seems to transfix the crab. The patterns pulse and shimmer, confusing the crab's senses and lulling it into a state of bewilderment. For a moment, the crab is lost in the spectacle, its defences momentarily forgotten. The crab freezes, its instincts overridden by the dazzling display. In the wild, hesitation can be fatal. In that instant, the cuttlefish seizes its opportunity and strikes with astonishing speed. Two long, lightning-fast feeding tentacles shoot out from a hidden pouch beneath its arms, snatching the mesmerized prey before it can react. The precision and speed of this attack are the result of millions of years of evolution, honed to perfection. The hunt is a success, a perfect blend of strategy, intelligence, and unique biological ability. The cuttlefish's mind, not its muscle, has secured its meal. But the cuttlefish is not only a hunter, it is also hunted. The reef is a place of constant peril, where the roles of predator and prey can change in an instant. When a shark appears, gliding silently through the water, the cuttlefish instantly changes its strategy. Its survival now depends on evasion, not confrontation. It ceases its light show and instead uses its remarkable skin to perfectly mimic the colour and texture of the surrounding coral. Every detail, from the bumps on its skin to the subtle hues of the reef, is replicated with astonishing accuracy. In the blink of an eye, it vanishes into the background, becoming a ghost of the reef. To the shark, the cuttlefish is gone, a master of escape, whose greatest weapon is its brilliant mind and adaptability. Far from the ocean, in the dark and silent expanse of the desert night, another clever hunter is at work. Here the challenges are different, but the need for intelligence is just as great. The golden mole, no bigger than a ping-pong ball and completely blind, navigates a world of sand and silence. Its tiny body is perfectly adapted for life beneath the dunes, where sight is useless and sound is everything. It lives its life swimming through the loose sand of the dunes, moving with astonishing speed and agility for such a small creature. The sand, which seems empty and lifeless, is its domain, a hidden world beneath the surface, The golden mole is searching for termites, but its main prize is a gecko resting on the surface. The gecko, unaware of the danger below, is vulnerable to this unseen predator. Unable to see its prey, the golden mole uses an astonishing technique to hunt. It must rely on senses other than sight to survive in this harsh environment. It uses its entire head as a sensitive sound amplifier, thrusting it into the sand to listen for the faintest vibrations from above. Every movement on the surface sends subtle tremors through the sand, which the mole can detect with remarkable precision. It can detect the tiny footsteps of an insect or the subtle movements of a sleeping lizard. Its brain interprets these vibrations, building a mental map of the world above, even though it will never see it. Once it has pinpointed the gecko's location, the mole erupts from beneath the sand with pinpoint accuracy, ambushing its prey from below in a sudden explosive attack. The element of surprise is its greatest ally. This tiny, blind predator has earned the nickname the Shark of the Dunes, a testament to its ruthlessly efficient hunting method. Despite its lack of sight, it dominates its environment through sheer ingenuity and specialized adaptation. It is a powerful reminder that in the animal kingdom, physical limitations can be overcome with specialized adaptations. Intelligence, in all its forms, is often the key to survival. The golden mole has turned the desert sand, a seemingly empty and featureless environment, into a rich landscape of sound. By interpreting the faintest vibrations, it navigates and hunts with a precision that rivals any sighted predator, dominating its subterranean world through hearing alone. Brains, and in this case extraordinary senses, truly triumph over brawn. From the dazzling displays of the cuttlefish to the seismic sensitivity of the golden mole, nature's drama is a testament to the power of intelligence and adaptation in the wild. In the vast open expanse of the ocean, there are few places to hide. The endless blue stretches in every direction, offering little shelter or refuge for the creatures that call it home. Here, survival depends not just on speed or strength, but on the ability to work together in the face of constant danger. For a school of small bait fish, their only defence is in their numbers, a swirling, shimmering mass of confusion. Each individual fish is vulnerable, but together they form a living shield, moving as one to confuse and deter would-be predators. The bait ball pulses and shifts, a mesmerizing display of unity and instinct. But they are being hunted by one of the fastest and honestly most intelligent predators in the sea, the sailfish. With their sleek bodies and long sword-like bills, sailfish are built for speed and precision. Their keen eyesight and quick reflexes make them formidable hunters, capable of outmaneuvering even the most agile prey. A single sailfish would struggle to catch a fish from the frantic school. The bait ball's constant motion and the sheer number of fish make it nearly impossible for a lone hunter to isolate and capture its target. The odds are stacked against the predator, unless it has help, but they do not hunt alone. Sailfish are social hunters, often forming groups that work together with astonishing coordination. By joining forces, they transform the chaotic ocean into a stage for one of nature's most remarkable spectacles. A group of nearly 100 sailfish works together in a beautifully coordinated attack. They surround the bait ball, each individual taking up a strategic position, forming a living barrier that prevents the fish from escaping. The sailfish move in perfect harmony, their actions synchronized as if choreographed. They begin by raising their enormous dorsal fins, creating a living wall that herds and corrals the bait fish, pushing them into a tighter and tighter ball. The raised fins act as visual and physical barriers, guiding the prey into the center and making it easier for the hunters to strike. To avoid injuring each other with their long, sharp bills, the sailfish use a sophisticated communication system. They swim in close proximity, weaving between one another with remarkable agility, always aware of their neighbours' positions. They constantly change colour, flashing from brilliant blue to dark stripes, signalling their intentions to the rest of the hunting party. These rapid colour changes are a form of visual language, allowing each sailfish to communicate its next move, whether it's about to strike, retreat or shift position. This visual language allows them to coordinate their movements with remarkable precision. The entire group moves as a single entity, each member responding instantly to the signals of the others. It's a display of teamwork that rivals even the most advanced human strategies. One by one, a sailfish will dash in, slash its bill to stun a few fish, and then retreat, allowing another to take its turn. This rotation ensures that the bait ball remains tightly packed and that each hunter has an equal opportunity to feed. The process is efficient, minimizing wasted energy and maximizing the group's success. This highly organized teamwork ensures a successful hunt with minimal risk to the hunters, turning the open ocean into a highly effective trap. The sailfish's cooperation transforms a challenging environment into one where they can thrive, all thanks to their ability to work together. High in the canopy of an Australian rainforest, another form of teamwork is, well, absolutely essential for survival. Here the stakes are just as high, and the players just as determined, though they are much smaller in size. A colony of weaver ants has built an intricate empire of nests, stitching leaves together with silk produced by their own larvae. The construction process is a marvel of cooperation. Hundreds of ants pull leaves into position, while others ferry larvae to the edges, using their silk to bind the structure together. The result is a network of interconnected nests, suspended high above the forest floor. They are farmers, tending to herds of caterpillars, which they protect from predators. The ants carefully shepherd their charges, moving them to fresh leaves and defending them from any threat. This relationship is built on mutual benefit and constant vigilance. In return, the caterpillars secrete a sugary substance called honeydew, providing a vital food source for the entire ant colony. The ants harvest this precious liquid, distributing it among their nestmates and ensuring the survival of the colony. This partnership is a testament to the power of cooperation across species. Their success, however, attracts enemies. Predators and rivals are drawn to the bounty the ants have created, threatening the delicate balance of their world. The greatest threat comes from a rival colony of weaver ants, intent on launching a hostile takeover. These confrontations are fierce and unrelenting as each colony fights to protect its territory and resources. When scouts from the invading army are spotted, the guards of the home colony release alarm pheromones, chemical signals that spread through the nests like wildfire. Instantly, every ant in the colony is alerted to the danger, their behavior shifting from peaceful cooperation to urgent defense. In an instant, the entire colony mobilizes for war. Workers, soldiers, and even the youngest ants rush to the front lines, ready to defend their home with everything they have. Thousands of ants swarm out, ready to defend their territory. The branches become battlegrounds as waves of defenders pour from the nests to meet the invaders head-on. They confront the invaders head-on, squirting jets of formic acid from their abdomens to repel the attack. This chemical weapon is both a deterrent and a means of communication, signaling to allies that the fight is underway. It is a chaotic, desperate battle for their homes and their food source. Ants grapple and bite, each one fighting not just for itself but for the survival of the entire colony. The outcome of these battles can determine the fate of generations. This incredible display of collective defense shows that even for some of the smallest creatures, unity is the ultimate weapon. The ants' ability to act as a single unified force is their greatest strength, allowing them to overcome threats far larger than themselves. Their very survival depends on their ability to work together as one. Whether in the open ocean or the dense rainforest, the power of teamwork is a force that shapes the destinies of creatures great and small, proving that in nature, unity is often the key to survival. Deep within the dense, humid leaf litter of a Central American rainforest, a jewel-toned poison dart frog, no larger than a human thumbnail, embarks on one of nature's most extraordinary parental journeys. Despite his tiny size, the challenges he faces are monumental. This devoted father stands guard over his precious clutch of tadpoles, each one a fragile promise of the next generation. He is their sole protector, their only hope for survival in a world teeming with danger. To shield his offspring from lurking predators and even from each other, since tadpoles can turn cannibalistic, he must perform a feat of remarkable ingenuity and endurance. One by one, he gently coaxes a wriggling tadpole onto his back, then begins a painstaking climb up the towering rainforest vegetation. His destination, the canopy, where the leaves of bromeliad plants cradle tiny pools of rainwater, each a perfect, isolated nursery. In these miniature aquatic cradles, each tadpole is safe from its siblings and most predators. But this careful separation, so vital for their survival, brings its own set of challenges. The rainforest is unpredictable. As days pass, one of the bromeliad pools begins to shrink, the water evaporating under the dappled sunlight. The tadpole inside is now trapped in a vanishing world, its life hanging in the balance. Sensing the subtle cues of distress, the father frog returns, undeterred by the dangers of the forest floor and the heights above. He allows the desperate tadpole to wriggle onto his back once more. With unwavering determination, he sets off on a perilous journey, searching for a new, safer pool, one that will offer his offspring a second chance at life. But the new nursery, though filled with fresh water, is barren. There is no food for the growing tadpole, and the father is powerless to provide it himself. Driven by instinct and necessity, the father searches for his mate, the only one who can nourish their child. He calls out, his voice a tiny but urgent signal in the vast rainforest. Through a feat of memory and navigation that defies belief, he leads the mother back through the tangled foliage, retracing his steps to the exact bromeliad where their tadpole waits. The mother responds with her own act of devotion. She lays a single, unfertilized egg into the pool, a perfectly balanced meal for her growing offspring, rich in the nutrients it needs to thrive. This remarkable partnership continues for weeks. The parents repeat their ritual, ensuring each tadpole receives the care and nourishment it needs. Their teamwork is a testament to the extraordinary lengths to which animal parents will go to secure their legacy. Far from the rainforests, in the dappled woodlands of North America, another story of parental devotion unfolds, this time from a cold-blooded reptile. Beneath a rotting log, a female five-lined skink has carefully chosen a hidden nest site. She lays a clutch of soft-shelled eggs, each one vulnerable to the whims of the environment and the threat of predators. As a reptile, her body temperature rises and falls with the sun. She must balance her own needs with those of her developing young. The eggs, however, demand a steady, gentle warmth to develop properly, a challenge in the ever-changing woodland climate. Each day the mother skink leaves her hidden nest, venturing out into the sunlight. She must be vigilant, for every moment away from her eggs is a risk. She basks in the sun, her dark scales soaking up its warmth. This ritual is not for her own comfort, but for the sake of her unborn young. Once she has absorbed enough heat, she returns to her secret nest, moving quickly and quietly to avoid drawing attention. She curls her warm body protectively around her eggs, pressing close to transfer the precious heat she has gathered. In this way, she becomes a living incubator, her warmth the difference between life and death for her clutch. Hour after hour, day after day, she maintains this careful balance, leaving only when necessary, always returning to nurture her developing young. Such attentive maternal care is rare among reptiles, more often seen in birds, yet this skink's devotion rivals that of any feathered parent. After weeks of tireless vigilance, the eggs begin to hatch. Tiny, perfectly formed skinks emerge, blinking in the dim light of their woodland nursery. Unlike many other young animals, these hatchlings are born ready for independence. Instinct drives them to explore, to hunt, to survive. Within a single day, the young skinks leave their mother's side, venturing out into the vast, unpredictable world of the forest floor. Her role as protector and incubator is complete. She watches as her offspring disappear into the undergrowth, her tireless, selfless dedication having given them the best possible start in life. In the wild, every parent's legacy is written in the survival of their young, a testament to the enduring power of care, sacrifice, and instinct. In the cold, impenetrable darkness of the Atlantic Ocean, where sunlight never reaches, and the pressure is immense 250 meters below the restless surface, life persists in astonishing ways. Here, an enormous female lobster, her shell armoured and her antennae sweeping the murky water, begins a journey that will test every ounce of her endurance. Clinging to the underside of her body are 20,000 precious eggs, each one a fragile promise of the next generation. These eggs are glued securely to her abdomen, protected from the swirling currents and lurking predators. For 7 long months she has shielded them, fending off threats and keeping them clean, never straying far from her shelter. But now the time has come for her to move. The eggs will only hatch in warmer water, so she must embark on a migration of epic proportions. She sets off walking along the seabed for an astonishing 150 kilometers, a journey that will take her across vast underwater deserts and treacherous terrain. Her destination, the shallower, sun-warmed coastal waters, where life pulses with new energy. The trek is slow and grueling. She must navigate rocky outcrops, shifting sands, and the ever-present threat of predators, cod, eels, and even other lobsters. Yet she presses on, driven by the most powerful instinct of all, an unyielding urge to ensure the survival of her young. Every step is a testament to her determination, her body weighed down by the burden of motherhood. After a month of relentless walking, with little rest and constant vigilance, she nears her goal. At last she arrives at a sandbank, a rare oasis in the underwater world, bathed in the gentle embrace of warmer, life-giving currents. Here, the water is rich with nutrients, and the temperature is just right for her eggs to develop. But she is not the only one to have made this perilous journey. The prime real estate, the best burrows and shelters, are already occupied by other large, battle-hardened lobsters, each one a survivor of their own odyssey. Each has travelled far, braving the same dangers, all converging here for the same reason, to give their offspring the best possible start in life. To secure a safe place for her eggs, she must now fight. The competition is fierce, and only the strongest will prevail. She is a giant among lobsters, weighing a hefty 7 kilos. Her size and strength are her greatest assets. She boldly challenges a resident for its burrow, her antennae raised in warning, her claws open in threat. The ensuing battle is a violent clash of armoured bodies and powerful claws, each blow echoing through the water. She fights with everything she has, and she wins. But her struggle is far from over. For 2 more months she must defend her hard-won shelter from a constant stream of challengers, each one eager to take her place. Day and night she stands guard, fending off intruders, never letting her guard down, her claws always ready for battle. At last, the warmer water works its magic. The eggs, nurtured by her care and the gentle currents, begin to hatch. Thousands of tiny larvae are released into the ocean currents, each one embarking on its own perilous journey, the next chapter in the cycle of life. Far away, on the dry, sun-baked plains of Africa, another migration is underway. One that unfolds not beneath the waves, but under the vast open sky. A lone grievous zebra stallion stands watchful and alert, his striped coat gleaming in the harsh sunlight. He has been waiting for this moment for months. He has claimed a territory not for its lush grass. There is little to eat here, but for its strategic position. The land is dry and barren, offering little comfort, but it lies directly on the migration path of the female herds. Every year the females must pass through here, drawn by the promise of fresh grazing and water beyond. For months the stallion has waited, enduring hunger and thirst, his patience unwavering. Finally the moment arrives. A herd of females appears on the horizon, their approach stirring the dust and the stallion's anticipation. This is his chance, the culmination of months of waiting and preparation. He approaches the herd, displaying his strength and vitality, hoping to impress the females. For the stallion, this is the sole purpose of his solitary existence, to pass on his genes and ensure the survival of his lineage. But the females are cautious. His first attempts to mate are met with rejection, their instincts guiding them to choose only the strongest and most persistent. And now, new threats emerge. A group of young rival stallions has followed the herd, each one eager to seize the opportunity for themselves. The rivals are bold and determined, their eyes fixed on the resident stallion and the prize he guards. They challenge him openly, each one testing his strength and resolve in a contest that will decide who earns the right to mate. One by one the rivals attack, each fight more exhausting than the last. The stallion must summon every ounce of his power to defend his territory. He fights with ferocity, biting and kicking, refusing to yield even as the odds stack against him. The battles are violent and relentless, each one a test of strength, stamina and willpower. The air is thick with the sound of pounding hooves and the rising dust of the struggle, a chaotic ballet of survival and dominance. Outnumbered and surrounded, the stallion faces overwhelming odds, but he refuses to back down. He is driven by a powerful biological imperative, a force as ancient as life itself. The females watch closely, their choice hinging on the outcome of these brutal contests. Only the strongest will earn their favour. When the dust settles and the last rival is driven off, the females acknowledge the victor, recognizing his strength and resilience. The stallion stands triumphant, battered but unbowed, having proven himself worthy. At last he earns the right to mate, fulfilling the purpose of his long, solitary vigil. Soon the herd moves on, continuing their endless migration across the plains, always searching for food, water, and safety. The stallion watches them go, standing tall and proud. For now he has succeeded in his life's ultimate goal, passing on his legacy to the next generation, a triumph written into the very fabric of nature's grand migrations. Deep in the heart of Africa, beneath the emerald canopy of ancient forests, a team of chimpanzees embarks on a hunt, a ritual that is as much about survival as it is about the intricate bonds that tie their society together. Their target is a colobus monkey, a creature renowned for its agility and speed, living high in the forest canopy where the branches sway and sunlight flickers through the leaves. The colobus monkey leaps effortlessly from branch to branch, always alert, always ready to escape at the slightest hint of danger. For a lone chimpanzee, the odds of catching such a nimble target are slim to none. The forest is vast, the canopy complex, and the monkey's reflexes are honed by a lifetime of evading predators. But these chimpanzees are not alone. They hunt as a coordinated team, each member assuming a specific role, their actions synchronized through subtle gestures, vocalizations, and an unspoken understanding forged by years of cooperation. The hunt begins with the driver, a bold chimp who initiates the chase. With a sudden burst of energy, the driver charges forward, startling the colobus monkey and forcing it to flee in a predetermined direction. The driver's job is crucial, setting the entire plan into motion. Meanwhile, other chimps act as blockers. They move swiftly and silently through the undergrowth, positioning themselves along potential escape routes. Their presence is a living barrier, cutting off the monkey's options and funneling it toward the next phase of the ambush. Hot on the heels of the fleeing monkey are the chasers. These chimps pursue relentlessly, their powerful limbs propelling them through the tangled branches. The chaser's goal is not just to catch the monkey, but to exhaust it, to wear it down until its movements become sluggish and predictable. The final crucial role is that of the ambusher. This chimpanzee, often the most experienced or cunning, moves ahead of the chase, using intuition and knowledge of the forest to predict the monkey's path. Hidden and silent, the ambusher waits for the perfect moment. As the monkey, now desperate and fatigued, darts toward what it believes is an escape, the ambusher springs into action. With precise timing, the chimp positions itself for the final trap, cutting off the last avenue of escape. This entire strategy is a marvel of animal intelligence. It requires constant communication, grunts, hoots and gestures, spatial awareness, and a deep understanding of each individual's strengths and roles. Every move is calculated, every position deliberate. The hunt is a success. The colobus monkey is finally captured, the culmination of teamwork, patience and skill. The spoils of the hunt are not hoarded by the victors. Instead, the captured prey is shared among the hunting party and even with other members of the troop who watched from below, reinforcing social bonds and ensuring the survival of the group as a whole. This incredible display of teamwork is more than just a means to obtain food. It is a complex social event, a ritual that strengthens relationships, teaches the young, and demonstrates the remarkable cognitive abilities that form the foundation of chimpanzee society. Through these hunts, alliances are forged, hierarchies are maintained, and the very fabric of their community is woven tighter. Far to the south, in the temperate climate of the South African Cape, another drama unfolds. Here a male dwarf chameleon, his skin ablaze with brilliant courtship colours, approaches a female with hope and determination. He performs a delicate dance, swaying and displaying his vibrant hues in an attempt to win her favour. But she is unmoved. The female responds by darkening her skin, a clear and unmistakable signal of rejection. She is already pregnant, and her priorities have shifted from courtship to the safety of her developing young. The South African Cape can be a harsh and unpredictable place. Cold temperatures pose a significant risk to eggs laid in the open, threatening the survival of the next generation before it even begins. To overcome this challenge, the female chameleon employs a remarkable strategy, one that sets her apart from many other reptiles. Instead of laying her eggs in the cold, unprotected earth, she retains them inside her body. She becomes a living, mobile incubator, carefully regulating the temperature of her developing young by moving between sun and shade. Each day, she basks in the sun, absorbing its warmth and transferring it to her eggs. She is vigilant, always seeking the perfect spot to ensure her offspring develop in optimal conditions, protected from the chill that could otherwise end their lives before they begin. When the time is right, she gives birth, not to eggs, but to live young. This extraordinary adaptation is rare among reptiles and gives her babies a significant advantage. Each tiny chameleon is born wrapped in a sticky membrane which clings to the twigs and branches where they emerge. This ingenious adaptation prevents the fragile newborns from falling to the forest floor, where danger lurks at every turn. The membrane acts as a safety net, anchoring the newborn securely until it is ready to face the world. But safety is only temporary. The baby must immediately struggle to free itself from the membrane, wriggling and twisting until it breaks free, a first test of strength and determination. Once liberated, instinct takes over. The newborn grips the branch with its famously strong chameleon feet, its tiny body already equipped for the challenges ahead. With a powerful grip, the hatchling clings tightly, ready to face the world from the very first moments of life. This remarkable adaptation, live birth, maternal care, and the instinctive strength of the newborn gives her offspring a tremendous advantage in a challenging environment. It is a head start, a gift of survival, provided by a mother's care and the wonders of evolution. The stories from the natural world are as diverse as they are dramatic. Every sunrise brings with it a new chapter, a new set of challenges, and a new opportunity for life to prove its resilience. Across continents and climates, from the golden savannas to the frozen tundra, the struggle for survival is a universal thread that binds all living things together. They speak of a planet where survival is a daily triumph, an achievement earned through strength, intelligence, cooperation, and sheer unyielding determination. Each creature, no matter how small or mighty, faces a world that demands constant adaptation and innovation. From the family of clownfish, who must work together to move a heavy coconut shell to create a safe nest for their eggs, we witness the power of unity and the lengths to which parents will go to protect the next generation. Their tiny fins, working in perfect harmony, demonstrate that even the smallest creatures can achieve great feats when they cooperate. To the lone zebra stallion, who must battle a gang of rivals for his one chance to mate, the stakes are nothing less than the continuation of his lineage. Each confrontation is a test of strength, strategy and endurance, played out under the watchful eyes of the herd and the ever-present threat of predators. The challenges are constant, and the solutions are endlessly inventive. Whether it's finding water in a parched landscape or devising new ways to outwit a cunning adversary, animals must rely on their wits as much as their physical abilities. Nature is the ultimate innovator, and its creatures are masters of adaptation. Over millennia, evolution has sculpted bodies and behaviors perfectly suited to the demands of each environment, from the icy extremes of the poles to the sweltering heat of the desert. We see this ingenuity in every habitat, in every corner of the globe. The diversity of life is a testament to the endless possibilities that arise when necessity becomes the mother of invention. We see it in the cuttlefish that uses a hypnotic light show to outsmart its prey, dazzling and confusing with a display of colour and movement that is as beautiful as it is effective, and in the blind golden mole that navigates its world through sound, relying on acute senses to compensate for the absence of sight, turning darkness into opportunity. We see it in the sailfish that communicate with colour to coordinate a hunt, their teamwork and precision transforming the ocean into a stage for one of nature's most spectacular performances. And in the weaver ants that swarm as one to defend their home, their collective strength and coordination allowing them to accomplish what no single ant could achieve alone. These are not random acts of violence or desperation. They are the result of careful planning, communication, and the relentless drive to survive. They are calculated strategies honed over countless generations, passed down from parent to offspring in a living legacy of knowledge and instinct. Each one a testament to the powerful drive to live, to reproduce, and to secure a future for the next generation. The bonds of family and community are as vital to survival as any physical adaptation. These daily dramas teach us profound lessons about resilience. They reveal the depth of courage, ingenuity, and perseverance required to thrive in a world that is often unforgiving. They show us that there is no single answer to life's challenges. Every species, every individual must find its own path, shaped by the unique demands of its environment and the resources at its disposal. Sometimes brute force is required, like the bison ploughing through deep snow, their massive bodies and powerful shoulders forging a path where none existed before. At other times a delicate touch is needed, like the mother skink gently warming her eggs, her careful attention ensuring the survival of her vulnerable young. Often the key to success lies in working together, as the chimpanzees do on their coordinated hunt, their intelligence and cooperation allowing them to achieve what would be impossible alone, or as the poisoned dart frog parents do to feed their tiny, isolated young, braving the dangers of the rainforest to ensure the next generation has a chance to thrive. Each animal plays the hand it was dealt, making the most of its unique abilities and adaptations to carve out a place in the world. Making the most of its unique abilities to navigate a world of constant peril, every step a calculated risk, every decision a matter of life and death. When we look closely at the lives of these creatures, we begin to see ourselves reflected in their struggles and triumphs. We are looking at a reflection of the fundamental struggles of existence itself. The desire to survive, to overcome and to flourish is a story as old as life itself. The drive to overcome obstacles, to push beyond the limits of what seems possible, is a force that unites all living things. The creativity to find new solutions, to turn adversity into opportunity, is a hallmark of life's resilience, and the courage to face down danger are universal themes, echoed in every corner of the animal kingdom. The animal kingdom unfolds a new drama every single day, each moment a testament to the unpredictability and excitement of life in the wild, a powerful and humbling reminder of the tenacity and sheer wonder of life on our planet. The beauty and complexity of these stories inspire awe and respect for the natural world. It is a world of constant struggle, yes, but also one of remarkable endurance and hope. But it is also a world of endless inspiration, where acts of kindness, cooperation and ingenuity shine through even in the harshest conditions, teaching us that with ingenuity and perseverance, almost any challenge can be overcome. The resilience of the natural world is a lesson for us all, a reminder that no matter how great the odds, life finds a way. Gap 2S. Throughout the wild, resilience is only part of the story. Nature is also a stage for some of the most breathtaking spectacles the world has ever known, wonders that defy imagination and showcase the extraordinary creativity of life itself. From the vibrant coral reefs teeming with a kaleidoscope of fish, to the dazzling displays of bioluminescent plankton illuminating ocean waves under a moonless sky, the natural world is full of scenes that seem almost otherworldly. Each wonder is a product of countless generations of adaptation perfected through time and trial. In the heart of the Amazon, the glass-winged butterfly floats effortlessly, its transparent wings refracting light like living stained glass. On the African plains, thousands of flamingos gather in shimmering pink flocks, their synchronized movements transforming lakes into living paintings. Even the smallest creatures contribute to these wonders, like the peacock spider, whose intricate courtship dance is a vibrant burst of colour and movement performed on a stage no larger than a coin. In the forests of Southeast Asia, the flying dragon lizard glides from tree to tree, its ribbed wings unfurling to catch the sunlight and carry it through the air. In the Arctic, the aurora borealis shimmers above herds of caribou migrating across the tundra, painting the sky with ribbons of green and violet. These moments are fleeting, but they leave a lasting impression, reminding us of the magic woven into the fabric of the wild. Some wonders are found in the most unexpected places. In the deep ocean, the Dumbo octopus flaps its ear-like fins, drifting through inky darkness like a creature from a dream. In the deserts, the blooming of rare flowers after a rainstorm carpets the landscape in colour, transforming barren earth into a living tapestry. Every day, somewhere on earth, a new marvel unfolds, a dance of light, colour and life that inspires awe in all who witness it. These spectacles are not just beautiful, they are vital, playing crucial roles in ecosystems and shaping the destinies of countless species. Nature's wonders invite us to look closer, to appreciate the artistry and intricacy that make our planet unique. They are a celebration of life's endless inventiveness, a reminder that the wild is not only a place of struggle, but also of astonishing beauty and boundless possibility. As we marvel at these wildlife wonders, we are reminded of the preciousness of the natural world and of our responsibility to protect and cherish it, so that these spectacles may continue to inspire for generations to come. Even in the most familiar corners of the natural world, countless marvels remain hidden from the naked eye, wonders that unfold in silence, often overlooked by all but the most patient observer. Deep within the rainforest floor, a single leaf trembles. Beneath it, the army ant's living bridge forms, as thousands of tiny bodies link together to span gaps and ferry the colony safely across the forest's obstacles. This intricate engineering, built in real time, is a testament to the collective intelligence and adaptability of even the smallest creatures. In the twilight of the forest canopy, the elusive gliding frog leaps into the void, unfurling its webbed toes to catch the humid air. It sails silently from tree to tree, vanishing into the green labyrinth above. Nearby, the orchid mantis waits, perfectly disguised among the blossoms, its petal-like limbs luring unsuspecting pollinators within reach. Beneath the surface of a quiet pond, the water's glassy stillness conceals a hidden ballet. The great diving beetle, a master swimmer, propels itself with rhythmic strokes, while its larvae, nicknamed water tigers, hunt with astonishing speed and precision. On the riverbank, the mudskipper blurs the line between land and water, using its fins to walk, climb and even breathe above the surface, thriving where few fish dare venture. In the open ocean, the blanket octopus unfurls its shimmering cape, revealing iridescent membranes that billow like silk in the currents. This elusive creature, rarely seen by humans, uses its dazzling display to ward off predators and mesmerize prey, vanishing as quickly as it appeared. High in the mountains, the snow leopard treads softly across sheer cliffs, its smoky fur blending seamlessly with the rocky terrain. Each step is a calculated act of grace, an ancient dance of survival in one of the planet's most unforgiving realms. These hidden marvels, fleeting, mysterious and often invisible, are the silent heartbeat of the wild. They remind us that the world's greatest wonders are not always the loudest or the brightest. Sometimes true magic lies in the secrets that nature keeps, waiting to be discovered by those who look a little closer and listen a little longer. The unseen wild is a realm of endless possibility, where life's ingenuity knows no bounds, and where every shadow holds a story yet untold. As the sun slips beyond the horizon and darkness blankets the land, a new world stirs to life, one ruled by the creatures of the night. In the heart of the savannah, the lion's low rumble signals the start of the nocturnal hunt. Under the cover of darkness, sharp eyes and keen senses guide the pride in silent coordination, their golden coats now cloaked in shadows. Elsewhere in the dense rainforest, bioluminescent fungi and glowing beetles illuminate the forest floor with an otherworldly light. Tiny fireflies drift through the warm air, their synchronized flashes weaving silent conversations across the canopy. Each pulse is a code, a beacon that guides mates together amidst the tangled green. Above, The silent wings of an owl cut through the night. With pinpoint precision it swoops soundlessly, guided by the faintest rustle of a mouse in the grass below. Its eyes, tuned to the faintest glimmer, pierce the darkness, making the unseen visible. In the desert's cool night, the sand becomes a living tapestry. The fennec fox emerges, its enormous ears twitching at the subtlest sounds. It darts between dunes, navigating by starlight, searching for insects and roots to sustain it until dawn. Beneath the waves, the coral reef transforms in the moonlight. Nocturnal fish glide from their rocky shelters, while octopuses slip like phantoms across the sea floor, their colours shifting in the dim glow. Predators and prey engage in a silent ballet, each movement a delicate balance between risk and reward. As the world sleeps, the night's inhabitants reveal the wild's hidden rhythms, a symphony of survival that plays on in darkness. Here every shadow is alive with possibility, and every whisper of movement tells a tale of life flourishing beyond the reach of day. In the realm of night, nature's wonders shine in their own secret way, reminding us that the wild never truly rests. In the untamed corners of our planet, survival is a relentless test, one that rewards only the most ingenious. Here, evolution crafts specialists, each with remarkable traits honed through generations. In the icy wilderness, the Arctic fox dons a coat that transforms with the seasons, snow-white in winter, blending perfectly into the frozen landscape, and dusky brown in summer, vanishing against the tundra. Its paws, thickly furred, act like snowshoes, allowing silent movement across drifts as it hunts for lemmings beneath the frost. Far below the forest canopy, the glass frog clings to leaves above rushing streams. Its skin is nearly transparent, revealing a delicate map of organs within, a living camouflage that makes it nearly invisible to predators. By day, it stays motionless, merging with the greenery. By night, it emerges to sing its quiet song, safe in its cloak of near invisibility. In the arid outback, the thorny devil lizard endures scorching days with an extraordinary trick. Its spiky skin channels precious dew and rain straight to its mouth, a lifeline in a world where water is rare. Every scale is a tool, every movement a calculated effort to survive in the harshest of climates. High in the Andean peaks, the spectacled bear climbs sheer cliffs with ease, its curved claws gripping the rock as it forages for fruit. Its shaggy coat protects it from freezing winds, while distinctive facial markings make each bear unique, a silent testament to the power of adaptation. And below the waves, the mimic octopus is an artist of deception. With a ripple of muscle, it morphs into the likeness of venomous sea snakes, lionfish or flatfish, confusing predators and prey alike. Its mastery of disguise is a marvel, one that buys it both safety and success in the ever-changing seascape. Across every habitat, from rainforest to reef, desert to tundra, wildlife reveals an endless parade of adaptations, clever, beautiful, and sometimes bizarre. These wonders of survival tell a story older than time itself. In the wild, only the most adaptable endure, and every creature is a masterpiece shaped by the challenges of its world. In the intricate web of life, survival doesn't always mean going it alone. Across the wild, remarkable partnerships form between species, alliances that defy the odds and showcase nature's astonishing creativity. Deep within the African savanna, the oxpecker bird perches atop massive rhinos and buffalo. With swift, darting beaks, these birds pluck ticks and parasites from their hosts' thick hides, a meal for one, relief for the other. The bond runs deeper. The oxpecker's sharp call warns its hefty companions of approaching danger, a living alarm system in a world of predators. In the coral gardens of the Indo-Pacific, the clownfish and sea anemone forge an alliance both beautiful and bizarre. The clownfish's vivid stripes weave through the anemone's stinging tentacles, immune to their venom. Here the fish finds shelter from hungry hunters, while its movements fan the anemone, bringing food and keeping harmful debris at bay. a gentle dance of mutual benefit. Beneath the forest floor, the leafcutter ant tends to an underground crop unlike any other. These tiny farmers harvest leaves, not to eat directly, but to feed a special fungus cultivated in their nests. The ants protect and nourish the fungus, and in return, the fungus breaks down the leaves into a digestible feast. It's a partnership that has flourished for millions of years, a testament to cooperation in the miniature world. Even in the harshest deserts, alliances thrive. The honey-guide bird leads honey badgers to hidden beehives, chirping insistently until the badger cracks open the hive. As the badger feasts on honey and larvae, the honey-guide swoops in to devour the leftover wax and grubs, each partner gaining what the other cannot easily find alone. Such partnerships are everywhere, woven through every ecosystem. From cleaner fish tending to the teeth of giant reef dwellers to bats pollinating night-blooming flowers, these alliances are the quiet architects of the wild, ensuring balance and survival in ways both subtle and profound. In nature's grand design, even the most unlikely friendships become essential, reminding us that in the wild, coexistence is just as powerful as competition. Across the untamed landscapes of our planet, a silent ballet unfolds, a spectacle of movement that showcases nature's true artistry. From the deepest oceans to the highest mountain peaks, animals have evolved astonishing ways to move, hunt, and survive. In the open grasslands, the cheetah becomes a living blur, accelerating faster than a sports car in pursuit of its fleeting prey. Each stride is a calculated risk, a testament to the pursuit of perfection in speed. Meanwhile, high above, flocks of starlings twist and turn in mesmerizing murmurations. Thousands of wings beat in harmony, forming shifting patterns that ripple across the twilight sky, an aerial masterpiece crafted by instinct and collective will. Beneath the waves, dolphins carve graceful arcs through the water, their synchronized leaps a language of joy and communication. In the forests, flying squirrels extend their limbs and glide silently from tree to tree, mastering the art of controlled descent. Even in the insect world, the dragonfly darts with surgical precision, its four wings moving independently to hover, pivot, and strike. Not all marvels are swift or dramatic. The inchworm measures its journey in gentle loops, the sloth moves with deliberate patience, and the octopus glides with liquid elegance, each one a specialist in its own unique rhythm. These extraordinary movements are more than survival tactics. They are the wild's own choreography, honed by generations and performed on nature's grandest stages. In every leap, dive, and flutter, we witness the ingenuity and beauty that define life on Earth. Marvels in motion, reminding us that in the wild, every step, every flight, is a work of living art. Hidden within the wild, masterful architects are hard at work, shaping, weaving, and sculpting the landscapes around them. Without blueprints or tools, animals across the globe construct wonders that rival human engineering and artistry. Deep in the heart of the African savanna, towering termite mounds rise from the earth, some reaching heights taller than a grown man. These intricate structures regulate temperature and humidity, providing a perfect microclimate for the colony that thrives within. In the dense forests, beavers transform streams into thriving wetlands. With powerful jaws and unwavering determination, they fell trees and stack branches, creating dams that slow rushing waters and form vital ponds, refuges for countless other species. Their lodges, built from mud and sticks, become safe havens where families raise their young, protected from predators and the elements. Beneath the waves, coral polyps build sprawling underwater cities. Each tiny creature secretes limestone, layer upon layer, forming vibrant reefs that pulse with life. These reefs shelter a quarter of all marine species, their complex architecture a testament to the power of collaboration and patience. In the treetops, Weaver birds craft hanging nests from blades of grass, each woven loop a feat of precision and persistence. The nests sway delicately in the breeze, safe from ground-dwelling predators, and become cradles for the next generation. Even the humble pufferfish leaves its mark on the ocean floor, sculpting elaborate geometric patterns in the sand to attract a mate. A temporary masterpiece that will soon be reclaimed by the tides. Every structure in the wild tells a story of survival, innovation, and the remarkable instincts passed down through generations. Nature's architects remind us that the drive to build, to shape the world for future generations is not uniquely human. Their creations, seen and unseen, form the backbone of ecosystems and the stage upon which life's greatest dramas unfold. Across the wild, colour is more than just decoration. It's a language, a shield, and a promise of life. From the dazzling wings of butterflies to the radiant scales of tropical fish, nature paints its creatures in hues that captivate and astound. High in the cloud forests, the resplendent quetzal flashes emerald and crimson as it glides between ancient trees, its feathers a beacon amid the mist. In the African savanna, the lilac-breasted roller transforms the sky into a canvas with every swoop, its plumage a breathtaking blend of blues, violets and pinks. Below the surface of coral reefs, mandarin fish shimmer with electric blues and fiery oranges, their patterns as intricate as stained glass windows. These vibrant displays serve as both camouflage and warning, protecting them from lurking predators. On the forest floor, the poisoned dart frog's vivid skin is a bold announcement. Danger lurks within. Its colours ward off would-be attackers, a vivid promise of the toxins it carries. Meanwhile, the peacock's iridescent fan unfurls in a mesmerising display, each eye-like spot a signal to rivals and potential mates alike. Even in the tundra, colour finds a way. The Arctic fox's coat shifts from snowy white to earthy brown as the seasons change, a masterful adaptation for survival in a world of extremes. These living masterpieces are more than mere spectacle. Their colours help them thrive, attracting mates, confusing predators, and blending seamlessly with their surroundings. In every corner of the wild, the dance of colours is a testament to evolution's artistry, an ever-changing gallery where survival and beauty are inseparable. Here, in nature's living museum, every creature is both artist and canvas, adding to the endless wonder of the wild. Beyond the vivid colours that catch the eye, there exists a world just as rich, one woven from sound. The wild is alive with a symphony, each note a message, a warning, or a call to life. In the heart of the rainforest, the haunting songs of howler monkeys echo at dawn, their deep bellows marking territory and strengthening bonds within the troop. High in the canopy, birds like the lyrebird mimic the calls of other species. Chainsaws, camera shutters and distant whistles, each sound a testament to their unparalleled vocal mastery. Across the African plains, the low-frequency rumbles of elephants travel for miles beneath the ground, invisible signals that unite herds, summon lost calves, or warn of impending danger. In the ocean's depths, humpback whales weave complex melodies that travel vast distances, their songs evolving year after year, a mysterious language still being deciphered. Even the tiniest creatures play their part. Crickets create rhythmic patterns with their wings, serenading potential mates as dusk falls. Frogs join in, their croaks and trills forming a chorus that pulses through wetlands on humid nights. In the Arctic, the eerie howls of wolves carry across the tundra, binding packs together in the silence of endless snow. These sounds are more than background noise, they are vital threads in the fabric of survival. They warn of predators, attract mates, and knit communities together, often in ways still hidden from human understanding. The wild's orchestra is never still. It rises with the dawn, swells with the storms, and softens with the hush of nightfall. In nature's grand symphony, every creature is both musician and audience, contributing to a masterpiece that has played for millions of years. This is the music of life itself, untamed, ever-changing and echoing through the wild, long after the colours fade from view. Across the wilderness, beyond the reach of human eyes, nature unfolds ancient ceremonies, rituals that have shaped life for millennia. In the heart of the African savannah, a pride of lions gathers for a greeting ceremony, rubbing heads and entwining tails, reaffirming bonds that hold the pride together through feast and famine. In remote forests, bowerbirds meticulously construct elaborate structures, adorning them with blue feathers, berries and shells, a timeless dance of courtship and creativity, performed in silence and secrecy. Along the riverbanks, salmon leap against powerful currents, returning to the place of their birth in an instinctual pilgrimage that defies the odds. Their journey is more than a struggle for survival. It is a ritual of renewal, ensuring the next generation will one day swim these same waters. Deep in the desert, after a rare rain, millions of spadefoot toads emerge from the sand almost overnight, their synchronized chorus marking a fleeting celebration of life before retreating underground. In icy seas, emperor penguins huddle in vast circles, passing warmth from one to another in a seamless, ever-shifting ritual that allows them to endure the harshest winters on the planet. High in the canopy, fireflies pulse in perfect harmony, their synchronized flashes illuminating the night in a silent festival of light, a secret language written in the air. These timeless rituals are not mere habits. They are the living memory of the wild, passed down through generations, honed by the relentless march of evolution. Each ceremony, from the smallest insect to the mightiest mammal, is a thread in the grand tapestry of life, a testament to resilience, unity, and the enduring power of nature's traditions. In these ancient ceremonies, the wild remembers its past and shapes its future, inviting us to witness the wonders that unfold when instinct, environment, and time come together in perfect harmony. In the silent dawns and shadowed dusk of the wild, a universal story unfolds, a story of care, sacrifice and hope. Across continents and oceans, animal parents undertake extraordinary journeys to ensure the survival of their young. In the treetops of the rainforest, a mother orangutan crafts a new nest every night, weaving leaves and branches to cradle her infant in safety. Each gentle touch, each lesson in climbing and foraging, is a thread in the fabric of survival. On the open plains, a herd of elephants surrounds its smallest members, forming a living shield against lurking dangers. Within this circle of protection, the calves learn the ancient paths to water and the subtle language of the herd, wisdom passed down from matriarch to daughter, generation after generation. Beneath the waves, a humpback whale guides her calf through vast blue realms, singing haunting songs that echo across the sea. These melodies are more than a lullaby. They are maps, memories, and stories, guiding the young through an oceanic maze. In arid deserts, a sandgrouse father soaks his belly feathers in a distant oasis, then flies miles back to his chicks, delivering precious water drop by drop, a lifeline in an unforgiving world. And in the frozen north, Arctic fox kits emerge from their den, under the watchful gaze of their parents, learning to hunt, play, and adapt to a world where every day is a test of resilience. Across the wild, nurturing the next generation is a feat of devotion and ingenuity. From the tiniest frog to the mightiest bear, these guardians shape the destiny of their kind, ensuring that life's story continues. In the quiet acts of care and the bold displays of protection, we witness nature's deepest promise, hope for tomorrow, written in the hearts of the wild.